back to the Fourth Estate Militia Actual Play. We've seen the Red Wires use a Toyota Gopher to rip an orc in half. We watched as the Matrix was turned into a cruel assassin, leaving a poor rigger alone and dying of a brain hemorrhage. Machine guns turned men into meat and viscera, while a literal hound of hell burned their bodies into blackened ash. But will our heroes be able to overcome this next challenge? Will they be able to take apart this machine and load it into a truck? The tension grows while these Barrens Kings and Queens loot everything in sight. It's time to begin episode 78, Nuke'em. So we are currently in the looting phase, I think.
Yeah. You have two things that potentially needs to be done. Grabbing the actual sim rigs. That was the main reason that you guys came here. And the chip encoder. Chip encoder is most likely going to have to be done by improv. Unless you trust people to do what you say.
No, that's fine. Just tell me what you need. Let's see how it goes.
I'm going to need industrial mechanic, extended test. You're looking at threshold 20.
Oof. All right, time to edge this. Fuck it all. Fuck it. I'm doing more pre.
All right, you're at 12 of 20.
Ooh.
19 of 20. Jeez.
There we go. I did it.
So it takes you about 5 minutes, almost exactly what you expected, to get it all taken apart and everything. Now, while she's doing this, do any of you guys command or tell anyone to begin getting the sim rigs?
Yes, that's what I was telling the guys who were standing around. Is since we'd already done the scouting through, we had an idea of where the sim rigs were being stored. So start looting that stuff, and then grab blank chips, and then anything that looks of value.
Okay, so sim rig boxes do you want them to get?
As many as...
Well, then you're looking at like 6 full pallets of them.
Okay. I think the priority is to the chip manufacturers, that hardware, followed by the sim rigs.
Well, we've got time while improv does the disassembly. We have the trolls staying with the big equipment to start moving that the moment that improv says it's good to go. Because as improv has told us, what good is a troll if it can't carry anything? So I would say just have the orcs that are just kind of standing around that we told to loot some stuff. Everybody grab an armload of boxes of sim rigs, throw them in the truck, and then come back and then grab a couple armloads of chips and throw those in the truck. Like, I don't want like 10 pallets of sim rigs. We don't need that many. But we were saying that we needed probably a couple dozen.
Yeah, like each pallet you're probably looking at... So I'm trying to add up like what that would be. You're probably looking at 2 dozen per pallet minimum. Probably closer to 3, depending on how high the pallet's stacked. So yeah, they'll probably clear off a full pallet. We'll just say we'll just say a 2 dozen. They'll clear off 2 dozen and throw them in the back of the truck and get a full pallet of chips, either filled or unfilled. You're going to have to filter through those later. Actually, we'll say 2. Say 1 filled and 1 not filled. That will completely load up one of the roadmasters, and then the Gopher and the other roadmaster would have room for all of this.
Okay.
Kendall, are you helping them move the chip encoder?
Yes. I don't want to trust the Logic 2 people to handle the heaviest and most expensive piece, and I'm a pretty strong guy, so I will happily be helping them and kind of barking orders as we go. Because I'm kind of liking this leadership thing. It feels good.
All right, make me 2 lift and carry checks at your lift and carry. And these will be added together. This is just another troll helping you move.
First one was 4 hits. The second one was 5 hits.
Okay. So you're able to get it, and it's heavy and awkward. The other troll doesn't... Well, what's your strength?
Kennel is strength 8, body 7.
So you're about like average orc, or average troll body and strength, right?
By the numbers, a little bit stronger, but average body, yes.
Okay, so The other troll appears to be having some issue. One of the orcs comes over and helps him finish it out as he was struggling down the stairs. And you guys are able to get it loaded up. And Juliet, at probably minute 4 of improv doing all of this, you get notified by your outriders that the nukes are on their way and they're coming in force. They're harassing them, just trying to slow them down using gas grenades and whatnot to keep them from moving forward too quickly. The nukes will be there. This is at minute 4. They'll be there any minute now.
Okay. Juliet will be. Did they give a head count? Any kind of rough
No, they did not.
Directions? Or rather, what directions are they coming from?
They're coming from the west, mostly, which is where
Okay.
the 202 is compared to here.
I doubt either of the roads will be loaded yet, but
One roadmaster would be, just
Okay.
because it was loose stuff.
in that case, she's going to grab as many red wires as she can stuff into that particular roadmaster, jump into it to herself, and head off in the direction of the west.
You're heading to the west?
Already, she's driving over to the west side of the common.
Oh, okay.
We're going to play mobile bear.
Okay. Right as improv is wrapping up, you begin hearing the explosions and gunfire from your outriders. You're hearing the do they have fragmentation or gas or HE? I forget. I want to say HE.
Yeah,
knowing
pretty sure-
Juliet, I think it'd be HE.
Yeah, you begin hearing the HE grenades go off and the occasional crash of a vehicle, something. And then coming around the corner, there are about a dozen motorcycles. On the back of them, similar to like how your outriders are outfitted, you see several of them carrying what appears to be a grenade launcher.
Oh my. Choose your targets. And with that, she's opening up with suppressive fire.
Now, are you using one of the turrets or a gun port?
She's using a gun port and leaving the turrets for the drive.
All right, make me a roll. And then would someone make me a 7 or 276s for suppressive gunnery?
3 hits and 4 hits, Mr. GM.
All right, so Juliet, we'll say that you're shooting down the middle of the road that they're coming down. The turret gets one turret to the right. The middle that you're firing down, whoever's there just gets rocked. They're either knocked off their motorcycles, or the motorcycles are so damaged that they can't move, or something of that sort. Knocked off, dead, etc. The ones on the left seem to fare pretty well. Only 1 or 2 guys seem to be winged or clipped. Whoever's on the back takes aim and tries to fire, and the right side fares about as well as yours does. They get winged and clipped and are thrown off target pretty badly.
Oh wait, there's. Oh, keep shooting.
But out of the dozen motorcycles that came down this way, 4 are able to make it past the roadmaster.
Talking to red wires, swap sides of the gun ports on the roadmaster itself. She's just assuming that.
And as they all drive by, 2 of them fire a grenade at the roadmaster itself.
Oh
No!
And they're able to put the grenades right where they want it to go.
ooh.
Would you please roll the roadmaster at half its armor for one of them?
That would be 14.
Yep, 14 plus 16. The roadmaster is rocked very heavily, and the rear exit door, because this thing's an APC, the rear exit door appears to be pretty severely damaged from the grenade itself. And That will give you one more turn to fire at them.
Good job, Juliet, breaking our newly stolen roadmasters. I swear.
Your ears are ringing. You get very disoriented. Yeah, unless you have dampeners, you won't be able to hear for at least the next minute.
Okay. In which case, it's arrows flashing, kill them all in all caps.
Okay. The turrets will swing around and they'll take their shots.
That's not bad. 5 and 2.
Make me 2 more rolls at. We'll say they were rolling 12s. 12 sounds right in my head.
So 12d6 2 times, and 2 and 5. So the first 2 were 5 and 2, and the second 2 were 2 and 5.
Okay, and this time they get wrecked. As they're driving by, the 2 people who are in the gun ports fire off very quickly. Juliet, you disconnect and I guess shoot out the side of the vehicle or something.
Yeah.
You shoot out the side of the vehicle, the turrets go off, and the 4 that made it past you veer off and crash very soon after. And after about 3 or 4 seconds, do you have well, you have scent. Would you roll me a perception check?
6 hits for scent.
Oh, wait, I just read the description of this. This is actually odorless, so that doesn't matter.
Oh, is someone
I
getting
will
some
mention
sleepy
that she
time?
has a gas mask in her helmet, so just in case that.
I mean, it's neurostun. I mean, it's contact, but
Oh,
you
great.
you at least get to add your chemical protection.
Oh, that's. But
So yeah, I need you to soak 15 stun.
Oh, so yeah, the brewmaster's driving off at least, I assume, after. That was the intention. Stop all them all and then drive back to rejoin the caravan. In the meantime, let's see what.
Well, it's still a complex action to get this thing moving.
Oh,
And
yes,
it
I'll
doesn't
bet.
move. It doesn't accelerate very quickly. Okay,
This is gonna
they do pretty well. Half the ones who are shooting, all seem to pass out, but the driver and the 2 gunners seem to not go down.
Phew, okay.
And you take 8 stun.
Oh, I'm re-rolling that.
Aww. So 6 stun.
It's
Not
only
as
6
bad.
stun.
Not
Everybody else, they're able to get it moving and get it outside of the gas. And at this point, Horatio, Kennel, and Improv, you guys are able to get the finish loaded up.
Nice.
Sweet.
Those are some really good pre-edge rolls.
Those are some nuts
Yeah.
rolls.
And at this point, you do begin hearing various other vehicles approaching very quickly from multiple directions.
It is time for us to skedaddle. All right, yos. We got to get in these wheels. We need to roll out of here.
Let's do it.
Juliet's scrambling forward to throw a slap patch on the driver.
Yeah,
Probably a good idea.
smart.
Probably.
We'll jump in the driver's seat of the other.
Of the Roadmaster or the Gopher?
No, the Gopher.
Okay.
We're going to stay with the slower Gopher. I'm sorry, the slower Roadmaster, because we can't leave him behind. We need our loot.
Okay.
And once
All right,
Juliet's Roadmaster is caught up to us, I'm going to chuck a smoke grenade into the street behind us so that anybody coming from the west would have to drive through a cloud of smoke.
All right. Horatio, would you make me a driving check? All right. Neither of these guys are half as skilled as you are, Horatio. They're able to get it going, and they're moving somewhat well. Right. Well, they get it moving. They're going, but not with any speed. They're just not used to these big of vehicles, these heavy of vehicles, especially under pressure. So, is there anything you guys wish to do to potentially move this faster?
I could leadership it.
Roll again?
What we're going to do is we're going to stay behind them, and we're going to zigzag across so that if anyone were to be chasing us, they'd have to try and cut us off, right?
Okay.
Mr. GM, do we know these guys to be particularly skilled drivers? Since leadership works as a teamwork test, they can only keep ranks. I'll keep the 2 hits on them. I'm just going to leadership them. Like, yo, boys, just drive like Horatio do. He doesn't even look at the road. Like, he's usually asleep when he's driving. Just, get that Zen thing going. And then I'll say nice things about their mothers or whatever it takes for them to drive faster.
Okay. Yeah, this one guy just does not seem to be able to get the handle of it. And Julia, it's the guy that's in your car. He's just not able to get this thing going.
Yo, Jules, can you do anything
I
to
can't
speed
get this
that
thing to
boy
go.
up?
It won't go no faster. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I don't know why. Like, and he legit begins to. He just begins panicking to you, Juliet.
Here, G basically shoves him out of the seat into shotgun and drops her rifle into its sling and grabs the wheel.
And
Is she rolling?
yeah, if you don't mind. And
Sure.
Horatio, at this point, Horatio, Improv, and Kennel. At this point, you see a pair of phoenixes come out of the smoke. That they were obviously taking their time trying to get through, just in case you guys left them a surprise. They come straight through the smoke. Both of them with some sort of gun mounted on the front of the car itself.
Damn.
So, yeah, Horatio, if you wouldn't mind rolling me initiative, or you and Juliet. Improv, you and Kennel can go on Horatio's.
Sure.
Go on Horatio's initiative pass just to make things go a little bit smoother.
Sure.
I'd let Juliet go first.
Well, yeah, I mean, in this case, it doesn't really matter because all of you guys are for them. They only have 2 edge total. So, Juliet, Horatio, any of you.
All right. Well, I see these 2 phoenixes with these big guns on their hoods coming towards us, and I think it only makes sense to give them a hand grenade. So I'm going to chuck a hand grenade at the closest one. Mr. GM, what am I looking at for range?
You're looking at roughly 50 meters.
Oh, that's extreme range. Oh, God. Oh, it's so far away. Okay, I will aim.
Yeah, since we're in chase combat, that's short range, sadly.
I know. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Let me think and figure out what my dice pool would be with the range penalties. Because it'd be -2 for long range and -2 for moving vehicle, correct?
Yep.
Let's do it. I got 2 edge. I can always smack down if I have to. Oh, that's only 2 hits. Oh, God, we're going to edge it. All right, that is 5 hits.
All right, so you are able to put it where you want it to.
All right, and that is 16p AP -2. And it's a high explosive grenade. And it's -2 per meter as the fall off.
Now, were you trying to hit the vehicle or put it under the vehicle?
I wanted
or
it
just near?
Oh, it's a good question. Realistically, knowing Kennel, he wouldn't think to put it underneath the car, not on the first throw. He sees a big gun, and that's kind of what he's aiming for. So I'll be chucking it straight at the hood of the car. Because with troll logic, when it explodes, all that glass will chop off the driver's head.
So you're trying to hit the vehicle?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that a troll would do.
All right. Well, if you hit it, it's going to do pretty good damage.
Come on, 5 hits.
This guy's going to take evasive maneuvers. Yeah, it's pretty ugly dodge. And you still hit.
Ah, yay! All right, that is 16p AP -2 base. I mean, it's grenade, so it's not going to get staged up.
Well, he only gets half armor because touching explosive.
Oh, my. That's evil.
Oh, dear God. Shit, you throw you throw this grenade from downtown. It's as far as you can throw it. It launches, hits this thing right in the grill, explodes. The entire front half of the car just splits. Like it just splits in half as like the cab of the car is scraping along the ground.
That's horrifying. I did it.
So Horatio and Juliet, there is only one more red hot nuke behind you.
Nuke'em!
I'm driving.
So what I'll do is I'm swerving back and forth. We're going to use a free action to release the oil slick, and then we're going to use a no. First, we're going to use a free action to release the spike strip to pop their tires, and then we're going to use our second free action to release the oil slick.
Okay. Huh.
It's dirty.
Make me a driving check, or no? Make me a pilot check to drop off the spike strip where you want it to be.
We will edge that because they're going to hit the. So I can keep 8. Man, that post edge has been amazing tonight.
Oh, so close. So close. So yeah, this Phoenix tries its hardest to dodge it, but is only just, it's just not quite able to get around. All 4 tires go over top of it, bottoming out this thing's handling. And then Oil Slick does what now? I always forget. It increases the threshold by something, I think.
Believe it's the same. Let me double check. It is Rigor 5 161. Shame on me for not having it up.
He has to make a driving test. Threshold 2. Oh boy.
With popped tires at that.
That's why he has to use edge, because otherwise he doesn't have enough handling. And then he edges that to keep those successes. Not going to roll
Lord.
for no reason. So Improv and Juliet.
What was again?
Juliet's just spending her round driving.
I learned something about that, actually. Anytime you make a complex action for driving, so whether if that's a stunt, whether if that's a action for like to keep up, break away, that sort of thing, that counts. So there's no reason not to take an action for a breakaway action or something like that.
Ooh, okay. Sure, why not?
I actually found that by the freelancer who wrote that rule on the official Shadowrun forums.
Nice. Okay. I think she's just gonna.
Yeah, if you do a breakaway action, there's no penalty.
Yeah, just
It's
pilot
just
plus
you
reaction.
rolling versus them. And he got 3 successes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you aren't able to make any more distance on the Roadmaster or on the Phoenix, but it's still after you. And Improv, you're the last one.
Well, what can I do? I guess I can shoot at the thing with my carbine.
Here's a question, Mr. GM. Is it wireless on?
I don't know, is it?
You
I thought
tell
you said
me.
it wasn't. Oh, okay.
That was never asked.
All right. Well, I know what I'm doing next turn. It's fine.
All right. Ratio, you your car's getting shot at.
Let's dodge.
And this is CFA.
Let's take a vehicle full defense.
You're easily able to dodge it. With this being a fixed hurt, it's hard, and with having pop tires, it's hard for him to quite angle on you the correct way. Turn when your wheels won't grip. So you guys go again.
All right. Can I go?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's try. Hey.
Yeah, that's gonna brick it. Because it only has 10 soak. So you spike it and it explodes very dramatically, and then slowly just kind of putters out and crashes into a nearby light pole.
Yay. Sorry, guys. I should have done that earlier. I was operating on a false assumption. My bad.
It's okay. You don't get to kill everything.
Juliet, could you please make me a driving check?
Yes, I can.
And if anybody wants to help, you can.
I will throw
Can
some
I?
leadership dice if you'll take it.
Me
Yes,
too.
please.
Hey, 3 hits.
Kennel, would you re-roll one? Because I'm assisting you as you assist Juliet.
Ooh.
That's so messed up that that's allowed.
Ah,
I mean, you could say no. It's your table, man.
Oh. I'm sorry. I just love the idea of Horatio leaning over to Kennel. Tell her to drive better. Yo, Juliet, you got to drive better. And faster. She knows she's got to go. I can just see those two guys having that argument.
You
Feet
put
are
your
too
pedal.
short.
Yeah, put it to the
Stop following
floor.
her. I can't reach.
Are you happy with that amount of successes, Juliet?
No. Edge. Ah!
Yeah. Horatio, she's just not getting anywhere. There's just, yeah, for some reason, this thing just seems to be weighed down a whole lot to where they just can't get it going. And before too long, like as the smoke begins to disperse, you see another line of vehicles approaching up from behind. Juliet, I'm going to give you one more go at it.
All right, here comes some more leadership power.
Ooh, let me assist.
Hit me.
If we're hitting more vehicles, at this point, Juliet's just going to say, you know what, I don't care, and, hand the Jarvis wheel back to the other guy.
5 hits this time.
All right, that's something.
Yo, Horatio, you were right. I forgot to tell her to put her foot down really heavy on the pedal so the car goes faster.
Might need flats or
She's
high
too
heels.
short.
Metahuman adjustment wins the day.
And
Edge it.
Juliet's scrambling for the rear to get her AK.
Edge it.
No more edge.
Horatio, you could spend 2 edge to give her 1.
Here's a question for you. Since our goal was to retrieve stuff out of this factory.
Yes, you would have it. You would have an edge.
Everybody gets an edge.
Yeah.
Now might be a good
Oh,
time
there
to
we
use
go.
it, Jules.
Yes.
Explode it like a spike. Womp womp.
Okay.
I
You were able to get the thing going, and thanks to Horatio's spike strip and all that mess, you're actually able to get this thing up to speed. It's driving at a decent click now, and you were just able to get away because nobody really wants to drive through all that. On seeing, 2 of their best drivers crash almost immediately.
Hallelujah. Juliet really needs more reaction.
Yeah.
All right, so would you guys please make me an etiquette test in order to actually make it back to the treehouse?
Sure thing.
Street would apply.
Just
Sure.
the drivers, Mr. Jim?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
All right.
You guys really don't have a secondary driver.
No, we don't. It's probably something that should be rectified, but it won't be, so it's all good.
4 hits total. And yeah, I think
has
Juliet
nev-
can get some social stuff and some driving stuff.
This is the most hits on a social test Juliet has ever gotten. Good job, Jules.
So yeah, you guys are just able to make it back. It's a narrow thing every now and then. Julia, you were followed close, like right as you guys are entering the border. You guys into Crimson Crest territory. You guys being followed by a few pairs of Red Hot Nuke's motorcycles. But as you actually pass into what is more or less officially Crimson Crest territory, they back off and pull away. So you're able to make it back to the treehouse without, dying.
Huzzah!
You're gonna hear very relaxing hip hop music start playing from the Gopher.
Do you guys want to go ahead and do the housekeeping stuff or move on?
It is getting a little bit late. I don't know how.
Yeah, I would rather move on personally.
Yeah.
You might be
Yeah,
able to
same.
do a lot of the housekeeping during the week in our chat.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's really not a whole lot on my end as far as but it's basically more or less like me telling you guys like what you have gotten for all of this. So we'll just move on.